If you're super observant, you notice that some things got a little screwy on the time lapse. And the reason for that is we had to tear everything back out that we put in.
Hey, looks like our wall block showed up.
Double-sided Sema wall block is what we're using with York wall cap.
If you're super observant, you notice that some things got a little screwy on the time lapse. And the reason for that is we had to tear everything back out that we put in. Our laser has the capabilities of shooting a slope, which is super useful if you're doing patios, pavers and driveways and things like that. It's not super useful if you're building walls because you don't want to build walls on a slope. Whatever you turn that thing off on, it'll turn back on. So it's your responsibility when you start up the laser to check to make sure that it's spinning level and not on a pitch. I didn't check. I just turned it on and merrily went my way and did all my excavation and screeded my nines and set the first row of blocks all on a 1% slope. And then when DJ came to level the block, he's like, what an idiot. Cause like the block were doing this. So we tore it all back out and started over. So remember that part where I told you I know how to build walls? Yeah, that was a long time ago. Anyways, now it's level. My laser is spinning level. I just want to show you a crucial part of walls that last, and that is drainage. Behind this course of block, we put a 4-inch corrugated pipe, run it into a through wall drain. That'll keep moisture from building up behind the wall and freezing and thawing and freezing and thawing and pushing out that wall over a number of years. I also have a drain pipe here, which is not uncommon. Sometimes you have downspouts, sometimes you have, yeah, I don't know, it could be anything. But it's pretty tempting to just run this thing down into your corrugated perf pipe. It's a pretty bad idea because that dumps a whole bunch of water behind your wall that shouldn't be there. So we're gonna use solid pipe, corrugated solid pipe, run it out here and run it through at a different spot because we don't wanna dump that into our perf pipe. So all that does is dump all of that water behind your wall. So if you have downspouts or something like that, run them on a separate line that's solid. Here, because I now have a full course of block buried, it's actually a little over a full course of block because I need to grade this back in. I can now step up. So instead of continuing to lay this course on out, I filled 6 inches of stone in, we'll screed our setting bed out, and boom, now I can lay this course out across here. And then I'll repeat the process. You know, over here, I'm starting to have a lot of block buried, more than one course. So I'll stop building here, I'll excavate this out, I'll move in stone, and we'll just do the same thing. And because it climbs rather quickly there, one of these I'll probably jump like 2 or 3 courses and, you know, jump super far. That's where we are now. Pro tip of the day, when you're starting up your laser, just make sure it's spinning level. So 2 more points that are super important to the longevity of the wall is drainage, and we achieve that with a minimum of 2 feet of a clean stone. This is 2B clean stone. It can't have any fines in it. A minimum of 2 feet of that, and geogrid is the other thing that we put in. This gets pinched in between. I'm gonna start at the 3rd course and I'm gonna go every 2 courses. You can check with the block manufacturer because each block is a little bit different. You can check with the block manufacturer on how often, if you need to put it in every course, every other course, every 3 courses. As a rule of thumb, you need to go back as far as your wall is tall. So if your wall is 3 courses high, that is 16 inches. You need to be going back into the bank at least 16 inches. I've gone much farther than that just because I can. If your wall is 8 foot tall, you need to be running back 8 feet into the bank. And this just simply ties the wall into the bank. As we layer gravel on top of that, it locks it in place so much so that you could actually take these block away and your wall of gravel would want to stand there. It doesn't want to migrate. So that's a super important part. Like I said, I did 3 courses. Now I put GeoGrid. I'm going to do 2 more courses, then put GeoGrid back again, and then 2 courses on top of that, and then I'm finished. So only two layers of GeoGrid. This is biodirectional GeoGrid, which means I can roll it off this way, or I can roll it off that way. It's from SRW, so it doesn't matter whether you roll it off this way or that way. You can get directional by a GeoGrid, which then it's important to, we never use it, so I don't even know, but you have to unroll it a certain way or it doesn't have any strength. But if you get bidirectional, it doesn't matter which way you roll it out. The other thing with GeoGrid is we filled everything back in here with clean stone, and we're gonna fill it with clean stone the whole way to the top. However, if you're building a 20-foot high wall, you don't need to excavate, well, you do need to excavate all the way back there and put in the GeoGrid, except you could compact dirt instead of clean stone all the way in across here until you're within 2-3 feet of the back of the wall, and then switch to clean stone. We're just gonna bury this GeoGrid completely in clean stone because it's a pretty tight area. I don't want to try to pack in 2 feet of dirt and then have 2 feet of clean stone. It'd just get messy. But if you're building a giant wall and you're going back 8, 10, 15 feet into the bank, you know, you can cover half of that. You know, you can cover all of that in dirt up until, you know, 3 feet from the back of the wall. Hopefully that made sense. It'll save you a lot of clean stone. If you are doing that, you do want to make sure that you have a good compaction equipment to pack in that soil back there. The other thing that you'll take notice of as we're backfilling this wall, we're also filling these cores with stone. See, here's one that's not done yet. But every 2 courses, or every course, we backfill and we fill the cores of the block. This is important because there's little void spaces in here where if you don't core fill them, the backfill will run into here and eventually over time it'll collapse. It's very important to core fill if you're going to be paving behind the wall, or do it with either asphalt or pavers, because as that fills in over the years, it'll create sinkholes on the back of the wall. It's maybe less important if you're just putting gravel behind it like we are in this scenario, but we still want to make sure that all of those cores are filled with gravel.
Hey, what's up guys? It's another beautiful morning in central Pennsylvania, back here on the job site in Du Bois, Pennsylvania. I'm riding solo this morning. Ben had to take off the rest of the week for a wedding, so just me, myself, and I up here this morning. Anyways, the plan for for today is to get this wall. I'm gonna try and get this wall completely built. That way I can come in tomorrow and do the cap and the finished grading and call it a wrap.
That's what we got done yesterday, which Ben explained. We had a slow start, a few mishaps, but we got 3 courses in and maybe half of the foundation put in. But
I am gonna get to work. I'll keep you guys posted on how things turn out. So I was just getting ready to go along and check my base here and make sure that it is level, ready to go. Yep, good there. Yeah, pretty good there. Yeah, I'd say we're good there. But I know Ben's not even here, but after the fiasco of yesterday, I think I'm a little paranoid now. So just to double check, come up here to the laser, make sure that we are leveled out. I don't know if you can see that, but we are spinning zeros there, which means we're completely leveled out. So we're good to go this time. No redoing the base today. Well guys, end of day 2, and I am done for the day. I didn't quite get done what I wanted to, but we got really close. We got 7 courses on the wall the whole way up to here. Now I got, right here in the end, I got 2 more courses for about, I don't know, 10 feet. So I got really close to what we had originally planned, but I talked to Derek, our designer, and it turns out he had ordered a bit extra blocks, so I'm actually gonna throw on one more course on top of here, make it 8, bring it out here to maybe the corner of the shed here, and then step down and go out and meet the blacktop out there. So not quite as far as I'd hoped to, but I think we're still in a good place for a wrap up tomorrow. See you guys in the morning. Another beautiful day in central Pennsylvania, and we are back up on the job site, this small wall project. This is day 3, and I am running solo again. So we got one more course to put up on this wall, and up here in the end, we have 2 more courses and a little bit of base to pack in up there in the end. So with that being said, let's get this wall built and wrap it up today. Well guys, I did it. Wall is complete. It is 6 o'clock and I'm ready to wrap this thing up and hit the road.